Heroes and legends, dynasties, the Munroe Power. Emma Sound Monroe was a descendant of Ricians. During the 100-year span from the destruction of the dimensions, her and a band of ladies grew up together. And during that time, they had captured one surviving soldier of the late Nakuvi's forces. With their sick technology, they experimented on the soldier, trying to tap into the mystical powers that Nakuvi's forces had to enhance themselves with it and make themselves more powerful. It was because of this and their heritage that the Vadarians reached out to them and wanted to convert them to their religion. However, Emma had no time for this false and cuckoo religion, and so they beat back against Marlon Smart, Credo, Walls, and Eon. They were powerful forces. However, the ladies Shadell of the Cardeal, one of her friends, who was 23 years old, um, used her might to beat back against troops that surrounded her. Not to be outdone, the Anja Roller of the Roller Sultan also was there, and a powerful Sultan on that. And she used her quick gadgets to beat back and stun the enemies. And we have Junet, the giant, who crushed the enemies like bugs that surrounded him. Seeing that it was a lost cause and they didn't want to lose too much of their already small troops, Marlin Smart ordered a retreat, and thus they retreated. And so the Monroe forces were now free to do whatever it is they wanted to do. And so they took their ship one day and went to the bank run space, where they went to intrigue with the Rician bank run. They wanted to face Foster and Zero's forces in the bank run Rician to get them to join them in their plan. So Foster and his assistants, um, family members, Ed and Roy, and Ziva, this man of action, who also had his family members with him, was stunned that these Monroe Power people would come all the way here to try to entice them to join them. Well, they had no galaxy, no planet, nothing established. It was just basically them. They laughed at them, and so they wanted to push them away. But Emerson Monroe was too persistent, and so a battle erupted. Zero's friend Caroline was stunned by these Monroe fools were landing their ships on top of flowers that she had planted. She was a nature lover and hated them for it and wanted to make them pay. So Q, who was also Zero's friend, used his mechs that he just finished making to bombard the Monroe ships before they even could land. And then Junet was there and used her big satchel to try to destroy those mechs and wage fighting against them. The Monroe forces were at war with the Rician bank run. And so, as this fight continued onwards, reinforcements came from King, who was a Sultan, who had joined the Ricians to save his family. Leandro Rodler realized that King was not one to be trifled with, and they were soon going to be outnumbered and surrounded. Fearing that they'll be captured, Emma cut her losses and decided to fall back and retreat. They did not want their trump card, the Nakuvi soldier, to be captured by the Rician bank run, and seeing that they would not be able to join them, they fell back into space. And then Leandro Rolla one day came up with we came up with an idea to attack the Union, as they were a single planet and most reluctant of the dimensions to join in the affairs of the universe. And so they decided to attack first the Edo Republic and to try to take over that territory so they finally have a territory of their own. And so when they went to attack that country of Edo, the people of Edo were stunned. They did not expect space invaders from the Eurasians, as they thought all the Eurasians were their allies. President Moffitt and his First Lady Elise took to the battlefield as the Minister of Defense, Joanna, and the War General with Ravega was trying to rescue them because they didn't have enough troops to deal with this surprise attack, as they had to flee the capital and regroup. Plus, the Monroe forces had a little base of their own to settle down for a while. This is the canon. From here, we'll see the rise of the Dietrich forces, as this would be where the Union come into the picture and have their moment to shine as the new leaders like Dietrich. The rise had overcome the Monroe forces, and before the soldiers that the Monroe forces had in place would be beneficial to them.